and you know coward shit. Now niggas sign a hoe, took a power trip back home. I'm grown now, and the city's my throne now. The same clubs that I used to get tossed out, like got Chris Cross totally crossed out, cause now I'm in this bitch in the cup.
It's Manny Pacquiao has agreed that he will fight Jessie Vargas on November the 5th, 2016 in Las Vegas. And before, the issue was that everybody else was speaking about it except Manny Pacquiao. You had Jessie Vargas saying it was a done deal, but yet he wasn't, confident until, Manny Pacquiao agreed. You had the one who said the fight was official, and it's not really official yet until a press release comes out, in my opinion. Michael Kuntz, the manager of Manny Pacquiao, who said it was official. Bob Arum got pissed off at Michael Kuntz for basically breaking the news early. So now today, Manny Pacquiao has said, to media that he has agreed that yes, Jessie Vargas is going to be his next opponent. I'm T Street Controversy. This is T Street Controversy Live. I cover every single major fight live, pumping out videos every day, like back in the old days. On the late night, no sleep, no eat. Me being a big Manny Pacquiao fan, I don't want to see this Jessie Vargas fight. The Terence Crawford fight, I don't think that Top Rank really ever wanted to make that fight. Like as a whole, maybe Bob Arum maybe wanted to make it, but when it comes to Freddie Roach, he didn't want to fight. When it came to Michael Kuntz, he didn't want to fight. And Pacquiao's just a yes man. You didn't hear Pacquiao saying, I want to fight. Also, Terence Crawford's team has said if the fight was to happen, Manny Pacquiao, who's A-side, would have to come down to 140 pounds. So that's a very important thing to remember, because we can't say that Pacquiao ducked Jessie Vargas. We can't say that. We can't say it. It's being said, and it's just not accurate. Do I want to see him fight Jessie Vargas? No. I wish that Adrian Broner or Danny Garcia would have took the money that was offered to them, allegedly. Danny Garcia, well, put it this way, it's been confirmed that Adrian Broner was offered around $4 million, the same money, $3-4 million, the same money that was offered to Danny Garcia, but Bob Arum denied that. And Adrian Broner, I'm not sure about Danny Garcia, but Adrian Broner was going to receive pay-per-view buys too. The issue I have is people say Pacquiao and Arum and all of them was lowballing Adrian Broner and Danny Garcia. I'll point it out again, and I think this makes perfect sense. Do you think that this guy, thank you, Al Heyman, do you think that this guy right here, is going to go back to Adrian Broner and Danny Garcia with some bullshit if you don't think it's a good deal? Who's doing the negotiating? It's Bob Arum, and it's him on the phone talking about their fighters. Bob Arum said that him and Al Heyman talk almost every day, about fights that he can try to make and whatnot. So why would he, if he don't feel it's a good deal, go back to Adrian Broner and go back to Danny Garcia and offer it to him if he didn't think that, you should take this bread? Andre Berto went into the media and said, I believe it was the boxing scene, forgive me, I'm tired, that, if it was him, he would have took the money, because you can't gamble with your career like this. You don't know if you're going to win or lose your next fight. And then Danny Garcia's in tough with Keith Thurman. Andre Berto, supposed to be Andre Berto next. It's not confirmed, but it's rumored to be Andre Berto on September the 24th. We don't know what network. We don't know where it's going to be. The fight's not confirmed, but that's, what the rumors are. And then after that, the rumors are, according to Steven Espinoza, he wants to make, he's not saying it's going to happen. He wants to make Danny Garcia if Danny Garcia beats Andre Berto against Keith Thurman, if Keith Thurman beats David Evernessian. Evernessian, if they, if or when they fight, I look at it like this. Danny Garcia and Adrian Broner both know that when you fight Manny Pacquiao, whether you're a fan of him or whether you hate his guts, whether you think he used steroids, whatever the case may be, you cannot underestimate the fact that he will fuck your face up. He will fuck your shit up. He'll pray, smile, all in your face and everything. When it comes to the ring, he's going to left hand you to death. Over his last, 6, 7, 8 fights? Who was the last person that he fought outside of Mayweather who didn't get their face fucked up or been dropped? I can't remember. You know, even Shane Mosley, first time he been down in his career was just laying there. Remember that picture? Just laying there. You know, like he was leaning on the kill. And, you know, like you fight Manny Pacquiao, Pearl Margarito, that eye, that dead eye, that eye's dead as shit. You know, I think, truth be told, I think it's a glass eye. Truth be told, you know, look what he did to him. You know, Joshua Clottey, but he had the fucking turtle shell defense. You know, he wasn't trying to let nothing get through that. He was the last person that Manny fought who, you know, he didn't fuck up his face, you know, or just fuck him up and win the fight. So I said in the past that if Floyd Mayweather was to offer Danny Garcia or Adrian Broner $2 million, I think they would take it. I think they would take it. You know why? It's because they would probably, you know, feel better fighting, you know, the undefeated Floyd Mayweather, you know, and have a chance at him. But the thing is, you know that Floyd Mayweather, you know, doesn't use his power, you know, like he used to. He can still knock people out, but he's got to conserve his hands. So therefore, fighting, you know, Mayweather, Danny Garcia is just going to be chasing him around the ring, you know, and just getting counterpunched to death. You know, Adrian Broner with his stiff ass, you know, it's going to be this 9-foot movement. Pause with that stiff pause. I didn't even say that. But with his 9-foot movement and everything, Floyd going to dance circles around him too. But I guarantee you they'll take that fight. Why? It's because it's a good chance, a great chance that he's going to get outboxed and not fucked up. You know? And Angel Garcia, who manages, you know, his son and trains his son, he'll tell you, why do you want to be in with them killers? You know, those guys are killers. You know, he'll tell you, you know. You know, he says that shit. You know, and then when he says stuff, you know, like, why fight him when you can fight a soccer? A soccer? When you can fight a soccer? He ain't even treating Ross Soka like he a thing, like he a person. Ross Soka's a thing to him. A soccer. So I look at it like this. If Danny Garcia fights Keith Thurman, I want to see Danny Garcia versus Keith Thurman on pay-per-view. And if it does happen, you broke-ass scumbags who talk all this shit about boxing and you master economists and financial analysts, you can't talk shit if you don't buy the fight. That's a fight that us fans, Danny Garcia versus Keith Thurman on pay-per-view. You know, that's a fight that we need to support. But as far as Jessie Vargas is concerned, does he have a chance? He has a great chance. You know why? Because we don't know when Manny Pacquiao is going to show up. Pacquiao's punch output, you know, has been declining rapidly. You know, his aggressiveness. Now, I understand what you're going to say. It's going to be some people going to be like, it's aggressiveness. No. Pacquiao goes to that next vowel. You got A-E-I-O-U. He goes to the aggressiveness. The E. It's not the aggressive. It's the E. You know, it's the aggressiveness. You know, and what happened when he got knocked out by Marquez, in his words, it was, too much aggressiveness. But he also, which you've noticed, especially since he made all that money from Mayweather, he doesn't have the same hungerness. The hungerness. You know, he said, you know, that he has to bring back the hungerness. The hungerness. You know, that's some deep shit. You know, that's, you know, the hungerness games. But Jessie Vargas has a chance to win because of that. Danny Garcia had a great chance to win, and Adrian Broner because of that, because we don't know what Manny's going to show up. Also, him being a senator, from center cockfighting to a senator, trying to kill all the drug pushers. You know, he's trying to kill everybody over there. You know, go read. You know, he want the drug dealers dead. You know, at one point in time, he condemned gay people to death. He wanted them dead, and then doubled down by putting a Bible verse saying, look, I'm not saying this shit. God's saying this shit. No, I'm not saying it. You know, dude is vicious. You know, dude is vicious. And I bet it's Boo Boy. Boo Boy is like the enforcer. I bet it's Boo Boy who'll be telling me, like, yo, man, kill all these niggas. Anyway, my bad. Watch the language, my bad. But, what Pacquiao's going to show up, you know? In my opinion, I feel he's going to have a short camp, in my opinion. They talking all this shit like he misses the training, you know, and all this shit. He's not. I don't believe he's saying none of this. You know, if he loses to Jessie Vargas, I don't want to hear no excuses. And the only reason why I feel this fight is happening is because they want that. You know, I know you don't want to hear it. I know you don't want to hear it. I know you may say you don't want to see it, but what the fuck are you going to be doing if Mayweather versus Pacquiao 2 happens? Are you going to watch it? And for those who say they're not going to pay for it, somebody's got to pay for it. Where you going to watch it at? You know, for people to say I'm going to be in the house, I'm not watching that shit. When the whole, you know when Mayweather fights, especially if it's big name fights, wherever you are, especially if you're in the big city, it's like it's like a celebration. In the hood, it's like motherfuckers just having barbecues, motherfuckers getting fresh outfits, buying up all this liquor. When Mayweather fights, it's a holiday. So if he fight Pacquiao again, even if it does, after final numbers, it did closer to 4.7 million pay-per-view buys. Mayweather pocketed close to $400 million. Pacquiao pocketed close to $180 million. Don't start all that shit about Bob Abrams taking his bread and he don't have that money. We're not talking about that. We're not talking about that. What I'm saying is they made a lot of money. So in pay-per-view was just to do, let me look up right now what the top selling. Let me look right now what the top selling pay-per-views are. I'm so tired. Pay-per-view. Fuck up some comments, man. But anyway, if it was to do just what half, even if it was to do just 40%, 40%, that's a huge drop off of what Mayweather versus Pacquiao 1 did. It would North America. Hold on, I'm looking up the boxing pay-per-views to tell you what the number 4 selling pay-per-view is. Now we know that Mayweather Pacquiao, it lists here Terrence Crawford's pay-per-view did 75,000 pay-per-view buys. But you can't really count Wikipedia sometimes, but that seems like a logical number. Danny Garcia said it did around 50. But the whole point is it didn't do well. You have Mayweather Pacquiao, right? That did around 4.7 million pay-per-view buys. That's the number 1 pay-per-view of all time. Then, of course, number 2 would be Mayweather versus Canelo, which did 2.2 million pay-per-view buys. Even though De La Hoya versus Mayweather did more, because of inflation and ticket sales and pay-per-view prices, Mayweather versus Canelo made more money. And then what? So that's 2.2 right there. And then you have Mayweather versus Oscar De La Hoya, and that did 2.4 million buys. So you can't tell me that Mayweather versus Pacquiao can't do at least 2.1 million pay-per-view buys. So remember, for the Canelo fight, Mayweather made close to 100 million for that fight. I'm pretty sure that they can work the numbers out that he can make 100 million for Mayweather versus Pacquiao too. And he knows this. Y'all don't want to believe it, but he says he's only coming back for major fights. He's either going to be Conor McGregor. He's been fishing that. He's been fishing it, and the WBC said they would sanction it, and Manny Pacquiao. Who else can he fight to make that money? He can't even fight Golovkin. He can't move up to 168 and 175. He can't even move up all those weight divisions to fight Andre Ward to generate that money. He can't generate that money fighting Danny Garcia. Mayweather's not in it to make 30, 40, 50 million dollars anymore. He said it. He wants 100 plus. So on Pacquiao's side, his team knows that. His team knows, well, shit, there's a good chance that, if Pacquiao wins against Vargas, we can go back to the table with Floyd and be like, listen, Floyd, you got 60-40 last time. Let's get 70-30. And don't talk no dumb shit, about he should take 20% and all that. No, don't do it. Come on, if y'all smart enough, and like I said, if y'all master economists and financial managers and shit, like, come on, you can't offer him that, because to make that money, the case is Mayweather Pacquiao together need to each other to make that type of money, to make those type of pay-per-view buys. So if they would have fought Terrence Crawford with his style, you know, especially the style that he's shown against Victor Postol, he has excellent boxing ability. He can fight right hand. He can fight southpaw, and the fact that he can fight southpaw is dangerous to Pacquiao because he can take away that southpaw advantage. You know, he can move. He can move his ass off. You know, and they know that that fight's not good. You know, his manager said in the media, to the media, you know, I don't like Crawford's style. You know, his style's not good for me. Freddie Roach said he don't like his style. You know, so they know the deal. They know Terrence Crawford is good. They don't want to risk it. They don't want to risk the money train. They don't want to risk it. You know, because remember, everybody who fought or worked on that day all got career high paydays. You know, Bayless, he got a career high payday, I'm sure. Mayweather got his. Leonard Ellaby, you know, all the way down to, you know, probably Les Moonves, CBS, he was in there. You know, damn sure those sanctioning fees, you know, the WBC, you know, gave Floyd Mayweather $1 million belt when he won. $1 million, all these diamonds and shit. Everybody was eating off that fight. So, you know, and not to mention how much money it brought to Vegas. And so, come on, use common sense, man. They're using Jessie Vargas, hoping Jessie Vargas is going to be an easy fight. But for some reason, don't be surprised if there's an upset. And I don't want to hear no excuses about he wasn't, you know, Pacquiao, you know, like he didn't have a full camp and all that, because I really feel he's going to have a short camp. Because remember, he's a senator. He took a leave. But I think that really he's only going to be able to take maybe, you know, 6 weeks off. You know, I think that maybe Pacquiao may have like a 5 or 6 week camp, in my personal opinion. I think he's going to have a short camp. And then they got to do the press conferences, and, you know, all that shit. You know, I don't even think he wanted to fight anymore. I don't think he wanted to fight. But this is the last video I'm going to do. I would say I'm going to be back tomorrow. But since it's now, what time is it? It's now 5:53 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'm going to, you know, take a nap and be back in like maybe 6, 7, 8 hours or so and do some videos. So we got a lot, you know, we're just catching up, you know, on all the videos and news we missed. I'm T Street Controversy. This is T Street Controversy Live. Make sure you follow me on Instagram at TST Controversy and on Twitter at T Street Live. All the links to my social media are right down below in the description box. Website, innovative, you know, idea, website launching, you know, soon. It's called FightView360.com. If you're interested in helping out in any way, shape, or form, we can talk. You know what your skills are. You know what, like how you can contribute at editor. You know, that's EDITOR at FightView360.com. I'm T Street Controversy with FightView360.com. Please subscribe.